Good morning, folks. I wanted to start this service off outside. I thought of trying to record it outside, but I'm afraid our microphone is not strong enough to pick up my voice speaking from far enough away that we would be getting a reasonable picture of me and of the banner and so on. So I thought that I would just record a little piece of the introduction to the service out here in my backyard, where I hope perhaps you can hear the birds in the pauses. We did have a white-throated sparrow going, "Oh, John, peepity, peepity, peepity," over and over again, although he seems to have gone. Very well. This is the sound of spring. Now, on with the service. Good morning and welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist congregation in Terre, Haute. This congregation welcomes all people regardless of race, age, religion, nationality, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression, or anything else that has been used to divide people. We're a group of people with our own opinions, our own ideas, our own dreams, but we share ideals. We share a common belief in a liberal religion. In our discussions, we may disagree with each other, but we must always remember that what unites us is stronger than what separates us. We must always end a service aware of the love that we have for each other. If you have announcements, please submit them to Mike, our administrative assistant, so they can get in the newsletter the midweek notes in the order of service as needed. I don't know whether we have any visitors today. I rather hope so. I hope that if you are joining us for the first time on video, that when such things are possible, you will come and meet us in person. Each week we look at our principles, and this week we are on the fourth. We, the member congregations of the Unitarian Universalist Association, covenant to affirm and promote a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. I'm going to go out on a limb here and preach a bit. Notice the word responsible. We do not become UUs or remain UUs so that we can think whatever we want. We look at evidence, appropriate evidence for the questions we're asking. When we want to know how not to get sick, we look to science. For COVID-19, that would be public health, medicine, epidemiology, microbiology, and the like. For anxiety and depression, that would be psychology and psychiatry. When we want to know how to make sure that we live as we believe, we ask ourselves what we value and how we can live out those values. When we want to be good members of society, we ask ourselves what we value and what our neighbors need. As UUs, we have almost complete spiritual freedom. No creed defines what we must believe or love or feel. No sacred text limits where we must look to justify our beliefs. But we pretty much agree to follow facts where they are available and where they apply, and to do our best to build detailed facts into big pictures, figure out what's going on, and live by applying our values to the clearest possible understanding of the facts in order to figure out what to do. Right now, for me, the answer is to stay close, but to keep your distance. I'm now going to ask Leo Martland if he would like the chalice. This may require moving a cat. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, bring to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, bring to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, bring to us beauty, home service just like the real thing. Our opening words are number 580 in the Gray Hymnal by Mark Morrison Reed, the task of the religious community. The central task of the religious community is to unveil the bonds that bind each to all. There is a connectedness, a relationship discovered amidst the particulars of our own lives and the lives of others. Once felt, it inspires us to act for justice. It is the church that assures us that we are not struggling for justice on our own, but as members of a larger community. The religious community is essential, for alone our vision is too narrow to see all that must be seen, and our strength too limited to do all that must be done. Together, our vision widens and our strength is renewed. From Betsy Bear, the affirmation.
In greening lands begins the song, which deep in human hearts is strong. In cheerful strains your voices raise, to fill the whole spring world with praise.
And now again from Betsy Bear, hymn number 194, Faith is a Forest.
Faith is a forest in which doubts play and hide. Insight can hear the still small voice deep inside. Web of life, may this thread I weave, strength and commitment to all I believe. Vision be my guide as I seek my way. Lead me into this tender day. Speak through me in all I do and say. Seeds of both meek and strong are scattered in air. Dignity shines undimmed by bigotry's glare. Web of life, may this thread I weave help me bear witness to all I believe. Justice be my guide as I seek my way. Lead me into this tender day. Speak through me in all I do and say. Fortune and famine ride the swift winds of chance. Sorrow and pleasure seem united in dance. Web of life, may this thread I weave mingle compassion with all I believe. Mercy be my guide as I seek my way. Lead me into this tender day. Speak through me in all I do and say.
Thank you to everyone who is continuing to pay their pledge. We still have bills and some wages to pay. Thank you also to everyone who has participated in the Cup of Tea fundraiser. You can mail checks to the P.O. Box listed on the front of the orders of services normally and in the church website and other church and congregation materials. As I said last week, this is a paradoxical time. Some people are working from home, and that's what they need to do. And by doing their jobs, they're keeping themselves centered, and they're helping other people to live the most normal life possible. Students to continue being students, children to continue learning, other jobs that can be done at home. Some people already worked at home, whether because they were homemakers or because they had home offices. Some people must go out or into other people's homes and do essential jobs that are more dangerous often than staying home. And some who had other jobs are now unemployed. We must remember that in this particular situation, staying home is not being lazy. It might feel like a perk, but it would not be a good idea or helpful for the people who are currently staying home to go out and work in solidarity with those who must work. We will have to thank all of you in other ways. We must find ways to support each other and our neighbors with whatever resources we have, whether that's money, talents, putting a sign in the window, waving to the neighbor across the street, chalking an inspirational quote on the sidewalk. This congregation has a deep pool of talent that can comfort and inspire and accompany and generally help. We remember today all those who have a sorrow and cannot meet friends and family to grieve. All those who have a joy that they might feel awkward, sharing amid so much worry and sadness. And all those who feel a loneliness that the telephone and the computer can't fully fill. Let us now, in the silence, take a few moments for reflection.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
The transitional words are number 584, A Network of Mutuality by Martin Luther King. We're going to read them responsively, and you may find, magically, that there is a copy of them on the chair next to you, but I think that might only work in my house. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied to a single garment of destiny.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
There are some things in our social system to which all of us ought to be maladjusted.
Hatred and bitterness can never cure the disease of fear. Only love can do that.
We must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation.
The foundation of such a method is love.
Before it is too late, we must narrow the gaping chasm between our proclamations of peace and our lowly deeds which precipitate and perpetuate fear.
One day we must come to see that peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal.
We must pursue peaceful ends through peaceful means.
We shall hew out of a mountain of despair a stone of hope.
If you're watching this before 11 a.m. on Sunday, April 9th, you can join a Zoom meeting to hear a talk from Alex McNichols Torredo, Terre, Haute artist, language teacher, and activist for the rights of indigenous people in her native Colombia and in the United States. Her topic is hydroelectric development and mercury pollution in areas of the Andes inhabited by indigenous peoples. Our closing hymn is number 312, Here on the Paths of Every Day.
Here on the paths of every day, here on the common human way, is all the stuff the gods would take to build a heaven, to mold and make new Edens. Ours the task sublime, to build eternity in time. We need no other stones to build the temple of the unfulfilled, no other ivory for the doors, no other marble for the floors, no other cedar for the beam and dome of our immortal dream.
Our closing words, number 560 in the hymnal. From Dorothy Day, people say, what is the sense of our small effort? They cannot see that we must lay one brick at a time, take one step at a time. A pebble cast into a pond causes ripples that spread in all directions. Each one of our thoughts, words, and deeds is like that. No one has a right to sit down and feel hopeless. There's too much work to do. May the blessings of love rest upon you. May peace abide with you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. Be in peace. Know that you are loved and that your life is sacred.